What's up, guys? It's our first day of classes.
I'm tired.
We were both up early this morning for classes, so we're just gonna kind of take you along with the first. Pretty much, we're gonna do a whole week because the way our classes are, but we're gonna do the first week of classes. So today we each only have one class, but tomorrow's the big one. He's got 2 classes and possibly a lab, I think, and then I have 2 classes tomorrow. So between our sets of schedules, we'll have classes from, I think, about 9:30 in the morning to 6:20, I think, is when my last class gets out.
Mine ends at around 3, so...
Yeah, so his ends around 3. My last one will end around 6. A little bit of backstory here, like kind of background info. I am a graduate student studying mathematics.
I'm a undergrad studying criminal justice.
So, 2 completely different sets of studies, but we're helping each other get through it the best we can. Our university decided to do the first 2 weeks online, thankfully, with all the coronavirus stuff going on, and then we'll go face-to-face at the end of January. So right now we're working it out with our schedules, but at least for our Tuesday, Thursday classes, we're going to try to stay here, but for Monday, Wednesdays, we're going to, I think we're actually going to go to campus so we can get in routines of actually leaving to go to campus so we can already be somewhat adjusted for when we do go face-to-face. There's just so much unknown going on right now, so we're trying to make it through all of this. But
also, please do not bring politics into this. That'd be great. We want to keep this a fun, friendly zone. So
yeah, we don't want to have to deal with any of politic arguments in the comments or anything like that.
So please be respectful.
Yeah. While he was in his first class, I already read through the introduction and first section of the first chapter for my class that I have today because I was told to do that. See, that's the joys of grad school is you have to start doing your readings before the semester even starts.
I'm still waiting to buy my textbooks.
Yeah. There's a huge difference between graduate and undergraduate.
Yep.
But I'm just sitting here waiting for my class to start.
Just finished mine.
I'm kind of looking forward to this class, but I'm also not because I've had this professor before and I do struggle to read his handwriting and understand what he says.
He is not from Massachusetts.
He has an accent. But I also had him last semester, so it's like I know I can get through his class because I've done it before.
I also earned part of her degree.
Last semester with this professor, I pretty much freaked out and I couldn't keep up with the notes because we had several lectures where we had to do it on Zoom because he got busy with something, or the first couple weeks he was positive for COVID, so we were doing lectures on Zoom and he was going so fast I couldn't keep up, and so Max over here was taking pictures of the notes and then sending them to me so I could keep caught up with the notes. It was a struggle, but I think I'm more adjusted to graduate school now. We'll kind of take you along our journey this week as we do our classes, get our first week of classes out of the way.
Reading school
emails. Yeah. It's the first week of classes, so, it's just a lot of syllabus days, except for me. We're actually going to be going over notes.
If you're going into college, be prepared to have so many emails.
Yeah, our phones both go off all the time with school emails.
Yep.
Plus, on top of that, me being in math and grad school, I was automatically put into a bunch of different companies, and I get a bunch of different emails about, like, the American Math Association, and there's, like, a couple others that I was put into automatically, and I didn't get a choice on those emails, so I get a ton of emails. It's not always the best.
I get a handful.
Yeah, he gets a handful, but I don't think quite as much as me.
Usually it varies between 10 to 12.
Yeah.
A day, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, you get like 20 plus.
Thankfully, today's only the first day of classes, so once my class is over with, I think we're going to plan on some, like, downtime. Make breakfast, head to my apartment afterwards for some stuff. Or head back there, work out. Yeah, we're trying to get in a workout routine. We'll kind of go over some of our routines and stuff later on, but yeah, it's
it's a morning.
Yeah, so I will check back in a little bit. I have class coming up. Definitely tired. Been up super early.
6:45 in the morning.
Yeah. Alright, so my first class is over with. I have to say, I have to already go back when he posts the notes and finish them up because he writes really fast, and so it's kind of hard to keep up with him. Although I have to say I did make it further this time in the notes. Last semester, after about maybe even the first page, I completely lost track of where he was and just had to go back later and copy the notes down. I made it further this time, so look at this. So first of all, his handwriting is atrocious, so it's hard to read it, but I was capable of getting this whole first page done, a little bit on there before he kind of lost me and I couldn't keep up anymore, which is improvement from last semester. Plus there's also the improvement of his handwriting is atrocious, but I've learned to read it, so I only had to ask one time what something said. And he went back and he kind of corrected it to make it look neater.
Clean shaven for the new school year.
Although I did stop paying attention about halfway in because I went to go throw a can away. My feet lost traction on the floor and I slid into a chair and then landed right on my knee with all my body weight.
Time to get a carpet. Or rug.
It's really bad in here right now with that. I'm in a lot of pain still. It's getting better, but I sat on the floor for several minutes with tears in my eyes, and he pulled out an ice pack for me, and it's been a little rough with that. So first class went well other than that. Tomorrow we have another set of first day of classes. We each have 2 classes tomorrow, so it's going to be a bit of a longer day. Good morning, guys. It is the second day of class, but first day of our Monday, Wednesday classes. My professor from yesterday finally posted the notes, so I'm working on finishing that. After he gets out of this one class, we're gonna go take my car to Discount Tire to get a new tire pressure sensor put in.
I'm gonna go buy a water bottle.
He's gonna get a water bottle. And then we've got between the 2 of us, there's 3 other classes this afternoon that we've got going on.
Fun. Not.
I'm actually looking forward to my classes. I chose to take 2 heavily probability and statistics based courses. And I wouldn't normally do that, but I'm really excited about these ones.
See, for her, she only has to use 1 laptop. Right now, I have to use 2.
He's got 2.
You failed on that. You could have just She's an amateur. Don't give me that.
But, so right now thankfully my first class is until 2. So I've got plenty of time here. Just gonna be working on my lecture notes while half listening to his class to help him out. Because that's the course I volunteered in a way to kind of help him with, so.
Because I don't know anything about computers.
Yeah. Well, he knows stuff about computers.
Well,
it's just
Macs. I know stuff about Macs.
Yeah, he's
Not
just
when it comes to Dells.
Yeah, he's having to use a Windows for this class, and so he's just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Best part of the morning, orange juice.
He's happy about orange juice. I'm happy that I finally got my Dr. Pepper and cream soda back.
She's addicted.
Maybe this is why I've been so cranky the past 2 weeks. Alright, well, we'll check in with you guys after classes. Maybe. We've been terrible at vlogging.
Feels good.
What's up, guys? We just dropped my car off at Discount Tire.
I got air in my tires.
He got air in his tires and we dropped my car off. And I've already paid for it. But, so the whole reason we took it in was because I've had issues with my car off and on with tire pressure sensors. The battery actually dying. And then the light's on, and that can be kind of dangerous because I've even had it where I've driven on a flat for a long time and didn't know. So we went ahead and got that taken care of. But when we left his apartment in my car, the light was off. It finally turned on right as I was pulling in, which I was thankful for. but they went ahead, they're gonna replace it. We'll pick it up later today. But something they don't tell you when you're in college is you still have to deal with your car and maintenance and repairs.
I feel like I have new tires right now.
Yeah, because his tires are all really low.
Yeah.
We're just heading out to Academy right now. We got, I think maybe just like 1 or 2 quick errands to run, and then we're gonna head back to his apartment and get ready for his 12:30 class and then my 2 o'clock class. So yeah, that's how today's going so far. We'll check in with you in a little bit. Hey guys, today's Thursday. Our last day of classes for the week. We both don't have classes Friday, which is great, and we only have 1 class each today. Classes yesterday went pretty well. What were your opinions on your classes so far? We're tired. It's early.
Too early.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty good. I think my communications class is a little, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it to do this class. I don't know.
But do you think you'll be able to get through it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I just think it's pointless.
Yeah. My 2 classes yesterday, I have an interesting professor. At one point he said, "Am I even doing my job right if you don't leave depressed?" And then after that he said, "I'm trying to make my wife leave me, but she likes my jokes." It's going to be an interesting semester with that professor. But I'm just finishing the notes from yesterday for that class, and then I've got my 9:30 a.m. class that I finally finished the notes for last night on that, and then I've got to do some readings before class. My other class, I quickly, and I know you just saw it in the previous clip, but I started out writing my notes, and then the way he was doing it, I was like, okay, you know what, he's going too fast. I'll pull the notes up on Canvas. I pulled my iPad out, start copying down from Canvas, and then I realized he's got all these fill in the blanks and stuff, and so I'm like, I need to keep up with these. So I just grabbed the stylus from my iPad case, and I just start writing in Canvas on the notes. So I'm probably going to end up having to use my iPad more than anything for that class, which I'm looking forward to, but I'm also not, because I prefer a pen and paper situation. But so far I think my classes aren't going to be too bad. But I'm just tired and want to go back to bed. I don't think we got too much planned today. We do have to go to campus after classes for something, and then I think we're going to go grocery shopping because we have no food.
Life of college students.
Yeah, and then hopefully kind of get some homework done, or at least get started on some stuff for other classes. So that's kind of the plan for today. We kind of want to get ahead so we don't get behind. So I'll check back in a little bit. Hey guys, so it's now Saturday night. Haven't vlogged since I think Thursday, but the past 2 days have been a nightmare for me. So as you know, our classes are online for a couple of weeks, and my laptop decided to start having issues. So I was trying to download I don't know what to say. It's not an app, but it's kind of like an app, but it's I think the software for a programming language that I have to use for a class. There's Max. And when I downloaded that, I started having issues with it saying that it couldn't download, and I did some research, got that downloaded, and I opened it up, and it says, well, you need these tools installed, and so I clicked on that, and it says, well, you don't have enough space. And so I started looking into it. I'm like, I have 500 gigs on this laptop. Why am I suddenly out of space? looked at it. It showed, we found something on there that was something that we couldn't access, and it said it was taking up over 200 gigabytes of my storage. That's almost half the storage on this laptop. So we have a place nearby called Simply Mac, and we just rushed over there. We took it in. They're like, well, it's a software thing. What we would have to do is you'd have to drop it off. You'd have to pay the diagnostic fee. So we could run some diagnostic software on it and figure out what's going on and clear it out. It's probably just some excess cache that's been stored up in there, but we can't really figure out why it would take up 200 gigabytes of storage. And like, we'd have to drop it off. It would take a few days. And I'm like, well, with school, I can't just drop it off. I had to be able to do my homework. I had to join Zoom sessions for classes. There are things that I have to do on the laptop that I can't do on the iPad. It's like, it's not going to work. So I talked to my dad, and we went to Best Buy. Thankfully, Best Buy also has Total Tech, so even though what happened wasn't under Apple Care, I could still use the Total Tech support at Best Buy to be able to get it looked at. And so we got it looked at, and they're looking through it. They spent probably about maybe 45 minutes, maybe close to an hour on it. And they're like, well, we're clearing some cash out, but we didn't really get much off of it. We've searched a lot of things. You'd have to check it in for a few days so we can run some stuff on there and try to figure out what's bogging down the storage. Well, I have homework that needs to download the software that I needed to download, and I couldn't get it to work until I got more storage on the laptop. So obviously I can't drop it off because I have homework I have to get done. So we did get about 30 gigabytes cleared yesterday, and so I was like, okay, I can work with this, but then I'm like, well, we're still trying to figure it out. So I was running through on the antivirus on here, trying to figure out if there's any threats or whatever. We found some threats, we got some things cleared out. And then today, as I was still trying to do some stuff on there to try to see if I could clear it out, the storage, the system data that was taking up over 200 gigs took another 15 gigabytes. It halved the amount of storage that I'd already had available from yesterday. And I called my dad, and he's like, well, you're going to have to take it to Apple. There's no way around it at this point. And so we just got back from San Antonio. We went, actually the closest Apple store is in Austin. But we've been to this Apple store in San Antonio, so we knew right where we were going. So like, we'll just go here. We also had found out there was an available appointment there that we couldn't actually schedule. Turns out they didn't have any available appointments until Tuesday, but I'm like, I need this now. I go in there, they're like, Max was with me this whole time. We get down there, we get into the Apple store, and they're like, well, it's going to take maybe 15 to 30 minutes to get someone to help you. I'm like, that's fine, as long as I can get helped. And we were helped within 5 minutes. It wasn't even 5 minutes of being told that. And the guy's going through there, he looks at it, he does a quick little research in the back, he comes back, he's like, I know exactly what is wrong. It is not hardware, because at this point we were being told by everyone it looks like it's more hardware than software. He pulls up one thing on there, he's like, what happened was in the last update, a file got corrupt, and he showed us where the corrupt file was. He's like, see, it's right here, it's duplicated multiple times. It's taking up over 200 gigabytes of storage on here. And he says, because it's in the update, it's in the software, what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to just do a straight wipe of it all and reinstall everything. So right now, I'm currently working on getting everything back on here, including I have to redo my wallpaper, but all my files are being downloaded. Once I get everything in there, I should hopefully be able to do my homework. Huh, Max?
Yeah.
But we figured it out. I have all my storage back. So that's kind of why we haven't, it's now Saturday, like we haven't vlogged lately. It's now Saturday, and last time we vlogged was Thursday, but the first week of class is over now. I'm back in action with the device. I actually, right before I was told what was wrong with it, I had just sent emails to all my professors explaining the situation and telling them, like, here's a heads up. I'm working on trying to get this fixed, but everyone is telling me I'm going to have to be a few days, at least maybe a couple weeks without my laptop, and I can't do anything. I won't be able to join class or anything without it. I'm just gonna wait to hear back from them and see what they say, but I just gave them that heads up, like, hey, there is a problem going on. I'm working on fixing it. I'm not just like skipping out or anything. So, I think this is gonna end this vlog of our first week of classes. Our Instagram's gonna be linked down below. Like and subscribe. And we'll see you in our next video. He's tired. I'm tired. You can probably tell.